Hello, my name is David Bradburn. I'm with BAUM USA, and we're bringing this video to you today talking about the VarioUltra Braille display. We hope you enjoy it. The model that we're looking at today is the 20-cell model. There's also one that's a little bit bigger, featuring 40 Braille cells. But other than that, the functionality is the same with both units. So the unit that we're going to look at, as I said, is the VarioUltra 20. It weighs about half a pound and is only about 7 inches in width, 3.5 inches in depth, and about less than an inch in height. So it's a very compact, very lightweight unit. And it's also made from a brushed aluminum material, so the quality is exceptional. It also helps make the device as light and as strong as it is. So I'm going to place the device back on the table. So the VarioUltra features an ergonomic 8-button Braille keyboard. So by ergonomic, we mean that the keys are in a curved design. They're not completely horizontal as you might expect on a Perkins typewriter. So the way that they're curved means that if my hands are parallel, I'm likely to miss buttons 1 and 4, which sit further forward than the other buttons. However, if I move the palms of my hands towards the front left and right corners of VarioUltra, my fingers line up perfectly with the Braille keyboard. So we have dots 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, of course, and right on the outside we have dot 7 on the left, dot 8 on the right. So if we're using the word processor, for example, you can use dot 7 to do a backspace and delete. You can use dot 8 to do a new line. The keys are really nice and quiet, and one of the things people tell us they like a lot about VarioUltra is the fact that you can use this in mixed company, at work for example, and people don't have to necessarily know that you're typing something on a Braille note taker. It's really very nice and quiet. The keys also feel great as you're using them. Below the Braille keyboard, you'll feel a row of raised dots. These are bigger than Braille dots, and they're actually the cursor routing buttons. When we're in an editor or a text box and we want to move the cursor to a specific position, we can find the character or the word in Braille on the Braille display, move to the cursor routing button and press it, and the cursor will follow us to that position. We can also use the cursor routing buttons to utilize something in a menu, so to activate something. And immediately below is the Braille display itself. As mentioned earlier, this is the 20-cell version, so we have 20 refreshable Braille cells. One of the things about BAUM Braille displays, the quality of the Braille is very, very good. People tell us it feels like reading Braille that's been freshly embossed. It really is very nice, smooth, not too sharp, but very, very nice. To the left and to the right of the Braille display, we have the display buttons. You'll often see display buttons referred to as D keys in our user documentation, and you can use these buttons to navigate the Braille display up and down, backwards and forwards, but also when you're connected to devices such as an iOS mobile device like an iPhone, you can use these buttons to command your device as well. Below the Braille line, we have a series of different shaped buttons. Directly in the middle is a 1/2 inch diameter circular control. It's called the Navi stick. The Navi stick acts like a joystick. I can tap the bottom, the top, the left, or the right edge of Navi stick to move up and down through text. We can move left and right within a line, and if we're in menus, we can use it to navigate as well. And if I press in the middle of the Navi stick, it acts like an enter key. To the left and right of the Navi stick are 2 thumb keys. These are a 1/2 inch in height, 1 inch in width, and they act as space bars when we are inside the Braille display mode. When we're in Braille note taker mode, the thumb key on the left acts as a command key. The one on the right acts as a space bar. There are controls and settings inside VarioUltra that let you reverse those functions if you wish. To the left and right of our thumb keys, we have our system keys. These are numbered from the left, S1, S2, and then S3 and 4 over on the right hand side. When we're in Braille note taker mode, these buttons are used for different things, such as finding out the battery status, checking the time and date, that sort of thing. On the front left corner of the device is a tiny opening for a speaker. And while this device does not have speech, it does have the ability to emit short tones for things like alarms and also when the device switches on. There is also a vibrate function, so for folks that prefer something to be even quieter, or perhaps for a user who is deaf and blind, VarioUltra will vibrate to indicate when something is happening. Attached to the corner of the device are the clips that will go hand in hand with the carry strap. We'll put the carry strap on again later. I'm going to lift the device up and rotate it around so that we're paying attention now to the left side of the device. From the left side of this side, we have a standard USB port. We use this port for connecting to USB sticks. Next, we have a micro USB port. This is used for connecting the supplied USB cable to power up the device. You can also use this port when connecting VarioUltra to a Windows computer. Next, we have two sliding switches. The first one is the device mode switch, and the next is the device lock switch. Let's talk about the mode switch first. So when the switch is facing toward the back of VarioUltra, it's in Braille note taker mode, which we've been looking at today. If I want to use this as a Braille display connected to a phone or a computer or something like that, I simply slide the device mode switch towards the front. I slide it back again towards the back to use it as a Braille note taker once more. The next button is the lock switch, as I said. When it's sliding and facing towards the front of the device, VarioUltra is locked. Not even the power button will work. This is what you want to do when you're transporting VarioUltra in a bag, so that you do not accidentally switch it on and potentially drain the battery while you're not looking. If I slide it towards the back of the device, VarioUltra is unlocked and ready to go. If I rotate VarioUltra to look at the right-hand side, we see one solitary button. It's recessed, it's fairly easy to find, and it's the power button. So again, when I'm turning the device on and off, this is the button that we're pressing. And now we're going to power it on. So I simply tap the power button once, and as I do so, the Braille display begins to show a row of dots 7 and 8 coming across the Braille display. This is an indicator that VarioUltra is powering up. It now disappears, and in a few seconds more we're going to hear a very light musical tone. There it is. It then says VarioUltra 20 on the Braille display, and cell number 1 has a flashing, I guess what you could call a flashing cursor. This just means that it's busy, so just be a little bit more patient. It'll be ready in just a second. And here we are. We're now in the main menu of the VarioUltra Braille note taker. So what we see on the menu, first of all, are the letters MI. This stands for menu item. Menu item means that we're in a vertical list, which we can go up and down within. To go down the list, we simply press the bottom edge of the navi stick. We press it, and it comes down and displays the PDF document viewer. We tap it again. It shows the spreadsheet viewer, then the calculator, date and time, file manager, settings. This incidentally is where we can go and customize the way VarioUltra works. And then we have help. The help menu is where we can find the serial number of our device. We can also find the user manual and the quick start guide. If I tap the navi stick one more time, it comes back to the word processor. So now that VarioUltra is switched on, we don't have to power it off completely. If I were just going to go out for lunch, I simply press the power button once and let go. The device briefly displays the word suspending, and then it switches off. If we were connected to power at this point, the Braille display would show a variety of Braille cells filled with all the dots raised up. This is an indicator that VarioUltra is charging. When all the cells are filled, it means your battery is 100% full. Obviously, if you see less, you can take your own guess as to approximately how much the battery is filled. If we turn the unit upside down, we will feel a Braille label, and this is the serial number of your device. It's also printed on a print label as well. So with our device in suspend mode, if I press the power button again, VarioUltra is instantly ready and back at the same place we were before we shut down. So this concludes the initial overview of VarioUltra. Please look at our other videos to learn more about this exciting new device. Thank you. Thank you for watching this video. For additional information about VarioUltra or any of our other solutions, please contact BAUM USA on the web at www.baumusa.com, by telephone to our toll-free number 855-620-7985, or by sending an email to sales@baumusa.com. Thank you.